So whenever I start a paper, I always kind of think about what in the class has inspired me most. What was I most excited reading about? What was I most excited discussing about? And what topic was I very enthused about when I go to class for a lecture or for a discussion? So I would start there, and the next step I would do is either email my professor or email my TA and set up a time with them to kind of just flesh out ideas. It's always really good to kind of go in with a general idea and some resources that you've already kind of popped up and kind of you think would be helpful, and you go to them, you sit down with them and kind of just tell them about yourself. It's really important to tell them about kind of who you are, where you're coming from, and they want to know that too. So after you've told that to them and kind of go into depth about what in the class has interested you thus far, they're able to kind of give you feedback and also give you pointers on how and on what direction to take your paper in. For me, I always go to my TAs, and they give me a lot of great resources. They give me names of academic professors, they give me the names of authors to look into, and often I would use my TAs as kind of a in-between to talking to my professors. I would get my ideas a little bit more formulated with my TAs, and then when I go to my professor, I'm able to kind of give a better presentation and then also get some more in-depth feedback from my professor. So we have a lot of architectural quirks on campus, and I think you get a good sense of that when you walk around campus, whether or not you're just 2 weeks in or a semester in, you see a lot of architectural quirks on campus, and my favorite is the fact that underneath our lab steps, which I'm sure you've been walking up and down, is a NASA lab, or it used to be sponsored by NASA, but it's still funded now, and they do a lot of cool experiments in the lab that pertains to physics, I think, and they kind of study motion control and how to kind of reduce motion sickness in space. They also do a lot of experiments on kind of touch censorship and to see how touch can help with balance. So that's one of our kind of quirks on campus. It's very hidden, but it's definitely a gem.